Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily from April 9. My name is Dennis B. I am an alcoholic and I am from Copenhagen, Denmark. Or Denmark, Copenhagen. We do it upside down over there. Thoughts for the day. Vigilance. Now that we're in AA and sober, winning back the esteem of our friends and business associates, we find that we still need to exercise special vigilance. As an insurance against the dangers of the big shotism, we can often check ourselves by remembering that we are today sober only by the grace of God, and that any success we may be having is far more His success than ours. That is from Bill W. from 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 92. Thoughts to consider. Vigilance will always be the price of survival. The language of the heart, page 317. Acronyms. BUT. B-U-T. Being unconvinced totally. Just for today. O-D-A-T. ODAT. From the missing link. Exactly how was I supposed to drink if my girlfriend breaks up with me? Or if my best friend dies? Or even through happy times like graduations, weddings, and birthdays? They suggested I could just stay sober one day at a time. They explained that it might be easier to set my sights on the 24 hours in front of me and to take these other situations when and if ever arrived. I decided to give sobriety a try, one day at a time, and I've done it that way ever since. 2001, Alcoholics Anonymous World Services Incorporated, 4th edition, Alcoholics Anonymous, page 286-87. Daily Reflections. Freedom from King Alcohol. Let us not suppose even for an instant that we are not under constraint. Our former tyrant, King Alcohol, always stands ready again to clutch us to him. Therefore, freedom from alcohol is the great must. That has to be achieved, else we go mad or die. That is from As Bill Sees It on page 134. When drinking, I lived in spiritual, emotional, and sometimes physical confinement. I had constructed my prison with bars of self-will and self-indulgence, from which I could not escape. Occasionally dry spells seemed to promise freedom, would turn out to be little more than hopes of a reprieve. True escape required willingness to follow whatever right action were needed to turn the lock. With that willingness and action, both the lock and the bars themselves opened for me. Continued willingness and action keep me free, in a kind of extended daily probation that need never end. Copyright 1990, Alcoholics Anonymous World Services Incorporated. As Bill sees it, the slipper needs understanding. Slips can often be charged to rebellion. Some of us are more rebellious than others. Slips may be due to the illusion that one can be cured of alcoholism. Slips can also be charged to carelessness and complacency. Many of us fail to ride out these periods sober. Things go fine for 2 or 3 years, then the number is seen no more. Some of us suffer extremely guilt because of vices or practices that we can't or won't let go of. Too little self-forgiveness and too little prayer. Well, this combination adds up to slips. Then some of us are far more alcoholic damaged than others. Still others encounter a series of calamities and cannot seem to find the spiritual resources to meet them. There are those of us who are physically ill. Others are subject to more or less continuous exhaustion, anxiety, and depression. These conditions often play a part in slips. Sometimes they're utterly controlling. That is from Talk, 1960. Big Book quote. In thinking about our day, we may face indecision. We may not be able to determine which course to take. Here we ask God for inspiration and intuitively thought or direction. That's not what it says. Here we ask God for inspiration, an intuitive thought or decision. We relax and take it easy. We don't struggle. We are often surprised how the right answers come after we have tried this for a while. Alcoholics Anonymous, 4th edition, Interaction, page 86. 24 hours a day, AA thoughts for the day. Third, alcoholics recover their proper relationship with other people. They think less about themselves and more about others. They try to help other alcoholics. They make few friends so that they are no longer lonely. They try to live a life of service instead of selfishness. All their relationships with other people are improved. They solve their personality problems by recovering their personal integrity, their faith in a higher power, and their way of fellowship and service with others or to others. Is my drink problem solved as long as my personality problem is solved? Meditation for the day. All that depresses you, all that you fear, is really powerless to harm you. These things are but phantoms. So arise from earth bonds, from depression, distrust, fear, and all that hinders your new life. Arise to beauty, joy, peace, and work inspired by love. Rise from death to life. You do not even need to fear death. All past sins are forgiven if you live and love and work with God. Let nothing hinder your new life. Seek to know more and more of that new way of living. Prayer of the day. I may pray that I may get God. I may get God. I get God. You get God. Good. Good. Get God. God. That's not it. I pray that I may let God live in me as I work for Him. I pray that I may go out into the sunlight and work with God. Hazelden Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Center City, Minnesota 55012. This is Transitions Daily. My name is Dennis and I am an alcoholic.
We hope you enjoyed today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified. All quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc. 1952, 1957, 1967, 1973, 1975, 1976, 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985, 1988, or 2001.